Okay, Barbie, we'll be on the air in 10 minutes. Are you ready to do your report? Asked the TV news director. Yes, Mr. Sloan, Barbie said. She smiled. Reporting on International Fashion Week is so exciting. An assignment like this makes my job interesting and lots of fun. This is really great, Skipper whispered to her friends Jen and Alexis. Barbie was so nice to invite us to watch her do the news, Jen said. I can't believe we're actually here. Just then, a red light on the set blinked on, and the director bellowed, Quiet on the set! We're on the air! Good evening. This is Barbie with the latest news on International Fashion Week, Barbie began. This week, I'll be meeting clothing designers from around the world and reporting on their fashion shows. You're invited to come along. Hey, you were great on the air, said Jen after Barbie had finished her report. Thanks, Barbie said. Now let me show you around. There's more to the news than just talking to a camera. First, Barbie explained, a reporter is assigned a story. Then she and a camera crew go to the news scene. The reporter finds out the facts and interviews the people involved in the story, while the camera crew gets it all on videotape. Barbie led the group into a room filled with TV sets and impressive-looking equipment. This is the editing room, she said, where the taped stories and interviews are put together. Just then, a man entered the editing room and handed Barbie a piece of paper. Barbie, your next assignment is to cover the first fashion show of that new designer, Kelvin, he said. Kelvin, Barbie exclaimed. I knew him years ago when he was a designer's assistant. Come on, girls, and I'll introduce you to a real success story. Here we are, Barbie said as they arrived at the hotel where Kelvin's show was being held. I can't wait to interview Kelvin. I bet he'll be surprised to see that I'm the reporter. Loud music and the sound of applause spilled out of the show. It's starting, Barbie said, and turned to her TV crew. Let's go in and set up. Skipper couldn't believe her eyes. Everything was so glamorous. This is so exciting, she exclaimed. Barbie, isn't that a famous movie star over there? Look at that dress that model is wearing. I love it. Skipper talked on without stopping to take a breath. Barbie smiled. Skipper, we're here to work. We have to find Kelvin. Hi, said a harried-looking young man approaching Barbie. Are you the TV crew here to interview Kelvin? I'm his assistant. Follow me. The young man led them backstage. Excuse me, Kelvin, the TV reporter is here, he said, poking his head into a backstage dressing area. It's so nice to meet, Kelvin started to say as he turned to greet them. Barbie, what are you doing here? I'm the reporter, Kelvin, Barbie said, laughing. I'm here to interview you for tonight's broadcast. This is wonderful, Kelvin said as he hugged Barbie. Your designs are wonderful, Barbie said as she looked around the bustling room. Kelvin, I'd like you to meet my sister Skipper and her friends Jen and Alexis, Barbie said. And this is my crew. Is it all right if we set up here for the interview? Perfect, said Kelvin. I'll be so much more relaxed knowing that I'm being interviewed by a friend. Barbie faced the camera and began. This is Barbie. I'm here with today's hottest new designer, Kelvin. We're backstage at his fashion show. Kelvin, tell us about... Suddenly, Kelvin's assistant rushed in with a cellular phone. Kelvin, he wailed, Nina's stuck at the airport. She can't get here in time to model for the show's finale. This is a disaster, Kelvin cried. Nina was the only model who could wear that gown. Kelvin looked at Barbie. But that was before you arrived, Barbie, he said. Couldn't you model the gown? I'd love to, Barbie said, but I've got to do this interview for tonight's news. We haven't got another reporter here. Barbie, Skipper said quickly, maybe I can help. I'll interview Kelvin while you get ready. Do you really think you can do it? Barbie asked. I watched you carefully today at the studio, Skipper replied. I'll follow your example. Skipper looked right at home as she interviewed Kelvin about his rise to fashion stardom, and so did Barbie as the music heralded her entrance onto the runway. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Barbie, in Kelvin's most gorgeous creation yet. An evening gown fit for a queen, cooed the fashion show's announcer. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Barbie. That night, Barbie was back in the TV studio for the evening news. It was quite a day, she said as she introduced her story. Your reporter went from covering an event to being part of it. And thanks to Cub reporter Skipper, who was right there to catch the whole thing on camera. We have an inside look at the very successful Kelvin fashion show. Let's go to tape. Wow, Barbie, Skipper said when they were finally heading home. That was fun, but I'm really tired. So am I, Barbie replied. But as a reporter, you always have to be ready for the unexpected. I guess that's what they mean when they say it's all in a day's work.